So the unforeseen has happened. Apparently, Donald Trump has won the presidency of the United States for a second time. He is currently president-elect. How does that fucking happen? A lot of people will come to my page and they'll say, Mike, you were wrong. And I have to own it, man. I was totally wrong. And I don't know how I was wrong. But the real issue here isn't whether an old man sitting in a room was wrong. It's how was half the country wrong? You have to understand, I'm not a political professor. I'm not a soothsayer, a psychic, or a seer of any type. I don't have any special talents to see what's happening. The only way this simple mind can calculate something is to look at the truth, the facts, use logic and common sense. And then you should come to a natural end. That's what I did in 2022. Everybody said there was going to be a red wave. I said there can't be a red wave because they just overturned Roe v. Wade. That is not a winner in an election. And I was right. I used that same strategy the last 2 years on this election. And everything I saw logically said Kamala's going to win. Donald Trump ran the worst campaign in history. Kamala ran the best campaign in history. She raised far more money than Donald Trump. Donald Trump did everything he could every fucking day to sink his campaign. Logic was clear. Kamala's going to win, everything's going to be cool, and we will continue off into the sunset. But that's not what happened. Donald Trump wins. Here's one of the bits of logic I don't understand. We had a massive turnout in 2020 because people disliked Donald Trump and were terrified of Donald Trump. That hasn't changed. People are more terrified of Donald Trump right now. But somehow, in this election, we get like 25 million less people voting. How does that fucking make sense? I mean, we saw record early turnouts, early voting. We saw records. But somehow we end up with less than 2020? Now, whose fault is this? Is it the Democrats? Is it Kamala's? No, the fact of the matter is it's our fault. If we have 25 million less people who have voted, people didn't get off their couch and vote. And how could that be with such an important election? I don't get that. I don't understand that. That makes no sense. Now, a lot of people will come out here and they'll get emotional and weepy and stuff, and that's not me. I'm pretty pragmatic about things. Not everything always goes the right way. You don't curl up in the corner and cry and whine and wait for the world to cave in on you. All you can do at this point is say, okay, this is what we've got. What's next? You got to continue to fight. You got to continue to do what's right for you and what you feel is right for your family and your country. And that's what we will do. A lot of people will hear the crazy things that Donald Trump says and will be afraid that that will all come to pass. My guess is that's not what's going to happen. Donald Trump is a willful idiot. Donald Trump will be controlled and manipulated by the Republican Party. Now, that's not much of a concession, but some of the real crazy shit he says, it's not going to happen because the Republicans won't allow it because they know enough that it's going to be damaging to them and the country, like the tariffs. Nobody's going to let them do the tariffs because it would cost wealthy people money. So that's not going to happen. But that's not to say it's going to be good. It's not going to be good. But what can we do about it? What can we possibly do other than put our heads down and do whatever's next? Now, I don't know what that is as yet, but we'll figure it out and we'll do what we have to do. We can whine and cry about this for a couple of days, but after that, we need to keep pushing forward.